In this screencast, I'm going to show you how to put multiple images together on one panel if you're trying to create a series. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to File and open the pictures that you would like to use. I just recently downloaded these, so that's why they're right there for me. So I'm opening 3 different images. I've taken them with the same device, so they're probably going to be the same size. Already I can see that they're different proportions. As you can see, 2 are vertical and one's horizontal. So I have to kind of figure out if I'm going to put them all the way across or up and down. I totally think that I'm going to do all the way across. So what I would then go to do is I would go up to image size, and this would give me some information about the proportions. I can see the resolutions at 72, so that's kind of low. And then my width is about, we could say 65 inches by 48 or 49 inches. Now if I look at another one, I can go up to image size, and I can see the resolution's also 72, and it's about, it's the same proportions, just a little different. So I know that if I'm going to, I want to work in a higher resolution, but I don't necessarily feel that I need to work in this size. So if I make my resolution about 150, we're kind of doubling our 72 here, a little bit more than that. But so I know I can work at 150, but if I work at 150 resolution, I cannot work at this size. If you up your resolution, you definitely have to change the size here just to try to keep things, from looking like all wonky and stuff. So, and very pixelated, it stretches the pixels out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my width down quite a bit and my height. And I know I have to fit 3 images, and I can always resize them. So if my widest image is about 65 and then the other widths are about 49, if you add all, if you try to add it all together and make something of that, we're looking at about 163 inches by our widest height, which is 65. So we're looking at, something that's about 3 to 1 ratio, because obviously we're putting 3 pictures together. So you just kind of make a guesstimate. Sometimes your sizes work out a little better, like if you have 3 8x10s and they're all vertical and you want to put them together, 8 times 3 is 24. So, you could do a 24 width and it's 10 height. But you might want to leave some space. So let's just work with an estimate. So we can try that 8x10 one just for giggles. But if you go to File, New, you'll be creating a completely new blank image. Now I want to work in kind of more of a landscape. So let's try that 8x10, because I'm throwing these huge numbers at you. So let's pretend that we have, the width of them is all 8 inches. So we can throw in like a 24 inches, right, by a 10 height. Okay, so we can go ahead and we can try that. And then I can even change the background color here by clicking this. I'm going to make this kind of like a dark gray. We'll see how that goes. Okay, and then I'm going to hit create. So now I have this dark gray space, but I have my pictures over here, right? So all you really need to do is click on your move tool and click on your image and drag it to that unnamed, oops, I gotta close this so you can see it, that untitled piece. I haven't let go yet, but now I'm going to let go. You're like, whoa, why did I do that? Well, remember, we have a different resolution from our image here. So if we go to image size, we see our resolution is 300. So that's very different. I told you to work at 150. I'm going to stick with 300 just to see how it works for me. But this definitely is not going to fit. Remember, to resize something, I can hit Command T. I'm going to hold Shift and Alt and drag from the corner so that I can create a more constrained proportion. It keeps the same proportions. So this, I think, works nice. It gives a little bit of space, around the edges, kind of creating a nice frame. So now I have to go in and get my other image. Again, I'm going to find my image using the Move tool, click on the image, drag it to the tab that I want it, and then drag it in and let go, drop it where it is. Command T, resizes, hold down Shift and Alt, and then I can resize my image, double click on my image, and it will apply that change. Okay. Now I'm going to go to my other image that I wanted. Move tool, click, drag it, hover it, drag it, let go. Command T resizes, Shift and Alt to constrain the proportions while making it smaller. And there we are. Now, obviously, I could change, oh, that's the same one, look at that. How do I get rid of an image? Well, here are our layers, 1, 2, 3. I can just click on one of them and hit delete, or I can, Command Z, I'm going to undo that. I can actually just take that and drag it to the little delete button there, or the little trash can there. So I need this one, hello. If I click on this, again, drag it, hover it, drop it, let go, Command T. What am I holding down to resize it? Shift and Alt. Very good. Hopefully that's what you were thinking. I can hit return or I can double click and it's resized my image. Okay. So obviously they're not all the same size here. If I decide that I want to do something like that, I can. I can even, by clicking on the image, Command T, holding down Shift and Alt again, I can resize all of these again and do something a little different. So here, Command T, Shift Alt, I'm going to resize this. Maybe I want to resize it even more. And then I can actually go ahead, and if I want to crop this, I can even crop this whole dealie, you know. So again, it doesn't have to be an exact math for finding out, you know, where you want to place things. But you may definitely, it's very good to look at your image size to decide what might work for you. Another fun thing that you can do with your images, if you want to add a little pop to them. So I have this pretty dark background here, right? And then I have these dark images. I could go a little further and go to my effects and go to stroke. And what stroke does is it adds a little outline to the image. So here I have this white outline. Maybe I like that and I hit OK. And then I click on this one and go to stroke, and it will default to that same outline. Hit OK. And click on another one and hit stroke. And same outline. And here, this is how I can change the color if I wanted. But it adds a little extra edge so that now this looks, you know, pretty finalized. So if you were to print this on colored paper, it kind of would already have its little matte. But, you know, and if you want to change the background color, like say you don't really like this background, you can just double click on this. Or you could just click on this and change the color. So this is our background. Sorry, and then you can just click on your color swatch here. So maybe I want to darken it even more. And then I can use my paint bucket and clicking on that background anywhere. It'll just change my color. And remember we had those outlines. So without those outlines, it wouldn't give it that extra edge, but that outline, maybe you like it, maybe you don't, but that can be an added little fun detail. So I know this was a little bit long, but there were some extra things that I wanted to show you that could work for you.